Hey guys, welcome back to the lineup show. I appreciate you watching. I apologize for any background noise. A little noisy where I'm at right now, but yeah, gonna go over tonight's Monday night slate. I will say, last night was very disappointing because I was doing so well, you guys. I was doing the 25,000 the first contest. It was just a $5 contest. But I was tied with about 50 people for first place. So 50 something people. I don't know how many exactly, but it was like we were all going to make $800+ a piece, and that was going to be pretty cool for me. I mean, I would have taken the $800. It wasn't the 25,000, but you know, it's a showdown slate. There was like 24,000 plus people in it, I think. So anyways, I ended in 145th or something like that. Ended up making like I don't know, $19 and some change or something. But hey, I had fun. Yeah. Anyways, tonight's slate. I'm gonna try to make this a quick one as usual. We got Puka Nacua averaging 25.2 fantasy points a game. Atlanta's 21st against the wide receiver, and 10th in pass yards allowed per game on average. He is the highest projected person on this slate. Then you got Bijan Robinson, second highest projected. Los Angeles is 5th against the running back position. They are 11th in rush yards allowed per game, but it's Bijan Robinson. He's been getting about 23 fantasy points on average per game. So I expect both of those guys to get points tonight. If I had to pick one to do better, I honestly think it's going to be Puka Nacua. Kind of. I'm not positive, guys, but I do expect him to have a good game tonight. And then Matthew Stafford, I think, will have a good game. So the Falcons are 15th against the quarterback position. Like we said, they're 10th in pass yards allowed on average per game. So I do like Matthew Stafford here. And then you got Drake London, who's questionable, but if he plays, I like him. He is in a spot against the Rams, who are 28th against the wide receiver, 20th in pass yards allowed per game on average. So I expect him to have a really good game as well. I can see Kyron Williams having a good game. The Falcons are 18th against the running back position, 26th in rush yards allowed per game on average. So I could see him doing really decent. And then Devontae Adams is doubtful, so I'm going to act as if he is out in this game. Kirk Cousins, I think, could have an okay game here. The Rams are 14th against the quarterback, 20th, like we said, in pass yards allowed per game on average. Kyle Pitts Sr., I expect to have a decent game here. The Rams are 17th against the tight end. He's had some really big games, especially in Week 15. He had a 48.6 fantasy point game. I don't really care for the Rams defense here. I don't. I will say the kicker for the Rams I do like. I'm not sure how you say his name. I'm just going to say Mavis. That's Harrison Mavis, I think is how it's said. Mavis. I'm going to say Mavis. Anyways, the Falcons are 27th against the kicker. So I could definitely see him getting some points. He averages 8.7 on average. And even though he's got a bad matchup, I can kind of see Zane Gonzalez getting some points as well. But the Rams are 7th against the kicker. So I don't think it'll be as good for him, at least matchup-wise. But I can see them needing to kick some field goals. Blake Corum has gotten a lot of usage lately. So I could definitely see him getting some points in this game. Week 14, he had 29.1. I'm not sure if Williams played in that one or not. But the last 2 weeks, he's gotten 13.1 fantasy points, so not bad for a backup running back. Darnell Mooney, I think, is in a good spot here, especially if London doesn't play. If Drake London doesn't play, then Mooney, I think, is almost a lock to play, but because he's so cheap. But he hasn't averaged a whole lot recently, so with London in the game, I don't know that I would play him. And honestly, I think I played him when London was hurt, and he didn't do a whole lot for me. So Atwell is a guy that I'm not going to put a whole lot of trust in, but I could see him, getting a touchdown or something. Same thing with Sills. David Sills has been like a hit or miss guy, but I'm not going to put a whole lot of trust in him. I think that's really it as far as the receivers go that I care to look at. There are some down here that are, potential scorers if they get a touchdown or something. But basically, I got to try to figure out how to fit as many studs in my lineup as I can. And I guess the real thing is I got to figure out who to fade, because there's so many guys that I want to play, and I'm not going to be able to play them all just because of salary. So I like Puka Nacua. He's too expensive, I think, to play at captain at this point, unless you can find some really cheap options. But he also has the potential to really go off and make it worth paying up for a captain. So I don't know. I honestly might fade Bijan Robinson. I might fade him in this because I really don't like his matchup. And I have seen him have some bad games, but I've also seen him have some really good games. So this game's in Atlanta, so it makes me like him even more. But I think what I'm going to do is maybe fade him in favor of the passing on this one. I like Puka Nacua. If London plays, I wouldn't mind playing him as captain. And then putting Puka Nacua in there, putting Matthew Stafford in there. I like Kyle Pitts. The Rams are 17th against the tight end. I don't know if I already said that or not, but I do like him. Don't really care for the tight ends for the Rams. Like Parkinson, I don't like the matchup there at all. So now it's kind of a matter of how do you fit all these guys in there. I like Kyle Pitts. I like Williams. I might be able to fit him in if I find a way cheaper option as a captain. But nope, can't play all these guys and play him at captain. So basically, I'm looking at having to keep out two studs. I would like to play, kind of want to play Kirk Cousins too, guys, but I don't think that's going to happen either. One of these guys has to sit, and I'm really not sure who I want it to be. I'm starting to think maybe Kyle Pitts. Oh, man, I don't want to sit him. But I also like Kyron Williams in this spot. It almost makes me hope that Drake London does not play, although I do want him to play. Can't play all these guys, so I like London more than I like Pitts. Say that much as far as matchup goes. So I guess for now, I will take out Kyle Pitts and find somebody else to play. So that would be leaving out Bijan Robinson. That would be leaving out Kirk Cousins. That would be leaving out Kyle Pitts. I'll be going probably with a Mavis. And then I would still have to go with a really cheap option at the top. Starting to look like maybe I'm just going to punt at the bottom. If I play Puka Nacua here, that won't leave enough to pick another player probably. Yeah, I can't play him at captain there. Try Drake London at captain. That wouldn't leave me enough to play Puka Nacua. Try Kyron Williams, or was he more expensive? No, he's cheaper than London. Puka wouldn't allow me to play both of those, so I can't play him. Basically would have to play Mavis at captain. So if I played Mavis at captain, that would allow me to play Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford, Drake London, and then that would leave 100. That's not even enough for another player. Guys, this is a tough one. This is a really tough slate. I almost think you have to leave out Matthew Stafford. Atlanta's pretty good against the pass, okay against the quarterback. I think I would rather play Kyron Williams than Matthew Stafford here. Dang, I don't want to take all these guys out, but I think I'm going to take him out. Leave out Robinson, leave out both quarterbacks. Maybe play a Kyle Pitts. And even with Mavis at captain, that still only leaves 2,100. Man. I guess then you're looking at Xavier Smith, 2 targets last week, or you're looking at Whittington, 1 target last week. Washington and 0 targets. Yeah. Guys, it's getting kind of loud where I'm at. I apologize. I'm going to go ahead and end this video by putting Xavier Smith there, since he did get 2 targets last week. I'm not sure that I love this matchup. I'm going to keep finagling with it, but please feel free to get on here and tell me who you guys like, because I am really struggling to figure out who to leave out of here. The only other option I would know to do is maybe take out Mavis. Go ahead and put like Puka Nacua a captain, and then just really punt for the last option there. Or come up with 2 really cheap options. Heck, maybe play Kyron Williams at captain, and then punt on 1 or 2 players. Could play Gonzalez then, but then it would leave nothing for anyone else. Then a Blake Corum. I think I actually like this lineup, guys. Play Kyron Williams at captain. Maybe even Kyle Pitts. If we play Kyle Pitts at captain, play Kyron Williams still. That leaves out Robinson, Stafford, and Cousins. That gives us Nacua, Williams, Corum, London. Leaves us 600 to find a punt player. Like Heath. Well, Heath hasn't played since week 13, so I'm not sure we're going to find a punt player at this point for 600. What do you do, guys? What do you do? You know what? Heck, let's put Blake Corum. Let's play Corum at captain. And let's see what that allows us to do. That would allow us to play Kyle Pitts and still have 2,700 for like an Allen or a Xavier Smith. I don't hate playing Allen here, Davis Allen. I don't like his matchup at all. I think it's terrible. But he does see targets in a game, so I'd say either Xavier Smith or Allen. But let's go ahead and put Xavier Smith in there for fun right now. This might be the route that I go tonight. I might actually play Blake Corum at captain, just so I can still be able to play some other studs. I apologize for not getting a final lineup in for you guys, because I'm probably going to change this around, maybe. I don't know. Let me know who you guys like. Yeah, and I'll talk to you for the next one. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Oh, and I wish you the best for your lineup.